So the notes have been put out, so we're gonna see
just went live, so let's go over them together.
what's going on with
First
it.
and foremost, let's go over the new changes coming to Verdansk. For those of you that didn't know, train station is officially opening up and it is coming back. They say the previously sealed east wing of the train station is now open, offering increased loot opportunities and new flanking routes. Honestly, I didn't expect them to bring this back this fast, but W for them. I do like that train is being open now. The next thing that they added is the moving train. They described this as the iconic Verdansk train is back. It now features a respawning recon contract if you choose to take on the mission.
Wait. If you choose to take on the mission.
Features a respawning recon contract if you choose to take on the mission. Okay. Then vertical ascenders. So this was a big one that a lot of people were questioning whether it was actually gonna come back or not. There was a blog a couple days ago and there was no indication that it was coming back. And there was a huge discussion on Reddit. Some people said they hated vertical ascenders. Some people said they loved it.
No, it's a good thing they're bringing it.
I love them. As long as they don't bring back balloons, I think we're fine. And so apparently they are coming back.
Are balloons needed? Do you think redeploy balloons should be brought back as well?
So it said ascenders have been reintroduced across Verdansk, matching their placement in the original Season 5 and current plunder layout. Vertical ascenders provide new traversal and engagement options across familiar power positions. We'll continue monitoring combat flow and weapon performance to determine if adjustments are needed, whether that means removing unnecessary ascenders or adding them to areas that remain difficult to access. So honestly, again, my personal opinion, I really like that they added this. I know some people are going to hate this, but I mean, hey, it was back in OG Verdansk, so I mean, it was here before. Next, let's go over to the game modes. This is High Trip Resurgence, and this is an LTM. It says, experience the classic Resurgence rule set with special narration and gameplay boosts designed to incinerate your opponents. This will be on...
So why are they bringing this back a year later? I mean, I'm not complaining about that. What I'm going to get to is, it's a year later, and we're already past the high trip stuff, right? I don't get it.
Dance, quads, and 120 players. So pretty much High Trip Resurgence. I don't really know what this is going to entail. Last year they did this again, and it was on Rebirth, and it was pretty much like they gave you like unlimited attack sprint. They gave you crazy trip gummies. I don't know. It seemed pretty cool, and I liked last year. So hopefully they do a good job at this one. And the next one is Massive Resurgence. It's
also on Verdansk, not on Rebirth. Massive Resurgence. Okay.
Engage in rapid fire combat with Resurgence mechanics, allowing continuous redeployment while the Resurgence timer is activated. But
also on Verdansk.
So it's pretty much 120 players only, not 150, but this will be on Verdansk. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I hope this is pretty popular. Again, we haven't seen a lot of LTMs, I feel like, in the past year, and I think that's solely due to them not being able to make the game actually run well. So they were probably focused on making the game actually playable before thinking about LTMs. And now finally we got some LTMs back. So these two I am excited to really try out. Okay, now let's get into some of the actual changes to the Warzone itself. So loot and economy. They said updated ground loot weapons. Okay, before I read this, I pray that they updated this and made them better, because right now ground loot is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, we have all snipers. That's crazy.
Revised to better align with each weapon's core role by removing incompatible or underperforming attachments. Thank God. Whoever decided to put a 12x on an RPG or RPK is insane. Like, relax. I don't know what they were thinking. Certain weapon builds have been added or removed from the loot pool to improve overall variety and balance. W. Slight adjustments have been made to weapon class distribution, including a reduction in the frequency of snipers and pistols found in ground loot.
Good.
Yes, please.
Nice.
Times where I've dropped in and I get sniper, shotgun, sniper.
It's so dumb.
I guess they're keeping shotguns, but snipers and pistols, let's get them out. I'm down. High value loot zones. Each season, 3 POIs across Verdansk will be designated as high value loot zones, offering increased loot density. For Season 3 Reloaded, the active high-value loot zones, please be Superstore, I think it is, Train Station, Superstore, and Military. Hell yeah.
Nice. So it's going to go crazy over there.
Hot drops. High-value loot zones are now marked by a distinct color on the POI name during infill, the TAC map, and compass when inside the zone. The cooldown for ammo restock depots in Plunder has been increased from 5 seconds to 20 seconds. Okay. So, I like this. I love that they're adding high-value loot zones to Superstore. Right now, a lot of people are complaining about money. Well, now, if you want to get money, you're going to have to go into a high-value loot zone, which means that there's going to be better players there. So, high risk, high reward. I do kind of like that risk factor involved.
You just got to play it, right?
Now, let's come to movement, and oh my God, I'm kind of scared. Movement speed while plating. Wait. Oh my God. Please don't tell me they made this worse. Movement speed while inserting plating areas has been standardized. whether using normal animation or the one, oh, okay, cool. Or the one added animation granted by quick fix. Your movement speed will now align with the weapon you added
this is a good
when
fix.
you began plating. Wait, what?
This seems like a good
okay.
fix.
Your movement speed will align with the weapon that you have. Is that good or bad? Okay.
I think this is good.
Plating at a fixed movement speed that could be faster or slower than the weapon you were holding. Now, if you are playing with a melee weapon equipped, your movement will match that weapon's speed. Oh, that's gonna be fast. The same applies to other weapon classes. For example, plating with an LMG equipped will now retain the slower movement speed. Oh,
that's gonna be weird.
Okay, I guess, shit, this might actually change things. I'm actually curious to see how this plays out.
It means have a melee out while you're plating, otherwise you're not going to play fast enough.
So they increase the radius by 2 meters. They increase the inner damage from 155 to 200, outer explosive damage from 39 to 100. So these are going to be pretty raw. In conclusion, these are going to be pretty good, I think. It says C4s. These changes are designated to reward accurate throws and improve responsiveness, making C4s a more valuable and skill-based option. The middle to inner explosion radius increased from 3 to 5 meters. Inner explosion damage increased from 225 to 250. Middle explosion damage increased from 112 to 180. Slight increase in the speed at which you can detonate the device after throwing it, and slight adjustments to throw velocity. So a big
But the
buff to
C4's got a buff. I think the drill charge got a buff.
I absolutely hate. Yes, they nerfed it. Inner explosion damage radius
Blast
from
traps
275 to
got a buff.
250. This minor reduction gives players more opportunity to react while still preserving the mind's lethality. Remember,
wait a
action
minute.
reduces
I
damage
think I'm
by 50%
stupid.
and more. Yes, slight increase in the speed at
So the drill charge has been increased from 3 to 5, so that's a buff. Damage decrease from 55 to 200, that's a buff. Damage increase from 39 to 1, that's a buff. Drill charge buff. Increase buff, increase buff, increase buff. So C4's buff.
which you can buff the C4 radius from
Spring mines have been nerfed. Good. Blast trap, increased detonation. Okay, nerfed.
275 to
Nice.
250. This minor reduction gives players more opportunity to react while still preserving the mind's
I was
lethality.
stupid for a
Remember,
minute.
crouching reduces damage by 50% and going prone reduces by 75%. Okay, why didn't they just make it to where if you prone, it reduces 100%?
Yeah.
Like it used to be back in the OG days. Don't know why they changed this. Whatever. Blast trap. Increased detonation delay from 0.75 seconds to 1 second. Good. Those were pretty broken. Tacticals. Stim shots. Oh, stim speed increase reduce.
Why would they reduce it?
Wait, what?
Why would they reduce the stims?
Well, they nerf stims again. I don't know what they have with stims, but they hate them. Experimental gas no longer deals tick damage. Following the gas size adjustments introduced at the start of Black Ops 6, we found the combination of debuff area coverage and damage to be underwhelming. By removing its damage entirely, we're shifting tacticals towards a clear identity. No damage or low damage utility.
What? That's a weird
So
one.
now they no longer deal damage. I assume they're just gonna be like a smoke, like you cannot go through it. More like a stunning effect.
If that's
Which,
the case, that's
I like
weird.
that.
It's good,
Now
but it's
for
weird.
contracts,
It's a
the
weird
big game bounty is returning.
switch up.
I love this. This pretty much
Big
tracks
games were
down the
good.
highest
It's
kill
good.
player in the game, and if you kill that player, you get an advanced UAV, which I love that they're bringing that back. Supply run contracts, squad mates who are dead at the same time of a supply run is completed will now also receive the fire sale rewards.
Good
Now,
fix.
it says for kill streaks, they adjusted the sentry gun. Effective range increased from 50 to 100 meters. Minor increase to max turn speed. Lifetime increase from 90 seconds to 100 seconds. And increased max damage from 10 to 12. Honestly, these were pretty horrible, so maybe these made them a little bit better.
A little bit
bunker
better.
busters, oh my god. Explosive inner damage reduced from 300 to 290. Remove damage from the gas. Okay. All right. Maybe they're going to be a little bit better. I still hate bunkers. I don't think they should be in the game. UAVs. Audible callout on activation of a UAV for enemies has been tightened up with the UX indicator. Red box around minimap. Previously, the callout was designated to alert players that a UAV has been actively nearby, regardless of whether they were inside its detection radius. Wait, what? Really? Why would they do that?
That's
now the audio
weird,
callout
yeah.
will only trigger if you are currently within the UAV coverage. When it's activated, if you enter the UAV's range afterward, only the red minimap border will appear, reducing confusion and improving clarity.
Okay.
Now for perks, low profile. Prone and crouch movement speeds increase from 20 to 30%. No one uses this perk, so it is what it is. Bomb squad. Damage reduction increased from 20 to 30%. I like that. Survivor. Health regeneration delay increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Ooh, so they nerfed Survivor.
And nerf
which is,
Survivor.
I'm not going to lie, the only viable perk in that option. I guess Scavenger because there's not a lot of money, but okay. Reactive armor. Armor regeneration speed increased by 50%. Oh, once regeneration begins, armor will now fully regenerate up to 75 armor, half of the total pool, within 25 seconds if no plates are equipped.
Okay.
I still believe that 25 seconds is kind of crazy. We'll see if
Is it
anybody uses
crazy
it, but for
crazy
now, it's
or
been
not
one of those
crazy
perks
at
that
all?
Nobody uses. Tracker outlines have been refined with thinner lines to improve visual clarity. Okay, this change aligns with broader visual updates to reduce clutter. Reminder, tracker is countered by cold-blooded perk. Now for weapons, we have
got
the
a new
Landra
sub.
SMG. It is a
New
full auto
sub.
SMG, extreme rate of fire, excellent range, and low recoil. Acquired via high art event reward. So this is gonna remind me of kind of like a Scorpion. I hope it's good. I hope we can get a really good meta for this. We got a conversion kit, which is the rocket launcher for the MK762. Don't really care about that.
Yep.
And they made some adjustments.
All right, here we go.
AK-47. We know this gun has plagued us right now. This and the HDR are the ones that I want to see what they've done.
OP.
So they adjusted the AK-74. Headshot multiplier reduced from 1.2 to 1.12. Lower torso multiplier reduced from 9.5 or 0.95, sorry, to 0.9. Sprint to fire speed slowed from 190 to 250. Wow, that's a big nerf. Aim down sight speed slowed from 270 to 285. Aim down sight movement speed reduced from 3.2 to 3 milliseconds. So they made it feel, I guess, more of an AR, and they reduced the lower torso damage and the headshot multiplier. I wonder how much this is going to contribute to the overall time to kill. Only time will tell. AMAX, reload speed increase. Why?
Wait, what?
All right, I guess. And the flip mag adjusted from 25 rounds to 30 rounds. Okay, so not really, they didn't really do anything.
That's not too
apart from
bad,
making
but
reload slower, which I guess it is what it is. Reload speeds increased from the kilo to 15% to align with other Black Ops 6 ARs. Oh, why are we making things slower?
I don't understand. Are they trying to make everything like a little more
trust
balanced?
The process here. The bow got a damage buff, and range got a little bit nerfed. The Holger got a damage.
It just seems like what they're trying to do. They're trying to balance everything, like literally balance all the ARs for what they are, actual ARs.
Okay.
Like,
all right. I'm gonna trust
Bow's
the
got a
process
damage
here.
buff.
The bow got a damage buff, and range got a little bit nerfed. The Holger got a damage buff with some range nerfs as well. Now the Modern Warfare 2 guns got
buffed.
big buffs, it seems like.
M4,
yeah, look at these.
tack. Oh my
got a
god.
damage and a range buff.
This is what it's about.
The C9, which I think a lot of people probably like a lot. The 10mm auto 30 round mags. Vertical recoil penalty reduced from 40 to 20 rounds. Okay. Or 40 to 20%, sorry. The SOG, drop time improved.
The C9, the MP5 has been around for so long. I think it just needs to be nerfed a little bit. No, I'm not saying nerf it, but just nerf a little bit, so where it's like it can, like, everything can be used against it, and no one's just using the MP5 on its own.
From 0.5 to 0.3. I like that a lot because the SOG is already good as it is. The HRM9, which is one of my favorite guns of all time, got a decrease in range but increase in damage. It looks like they're trying to align the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 weapons to kind of BO6. I still believe that they're going to keep Black Ops 6 weapons as meta, but they are trying to make them a little bit better. The SWAT 556 or the Growl increase in range and damage. Okay, I like that. It also increased its bullet velocity. Oh,
Interesting.
Wow. So it's looking
Really
like the
good buff.
Growl might be meta. And snipers. Okay, HDR, what did they do?
They slowed it down.
Aim down sight speed slowed down from 510 to 600. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this was the play. Hear me out. The HDR is incredibly broken, but it is fun. And having a little broken in your game is not bad.
No, it's not.
I don't mind that HDRs and snipers one shot, or more specifically HDR, but I don't like when they're fixed
Totally
to this
broken.
is by making things clunky. What they should have done here, in my opinion, is increase the flinch, and maybe you can, increase the ADS speed just a tad, not this much. This seems like a lot. And then maybe just buff AR bullet velocity to where they can actually compete against the HDR. Right now, the problem is when it comes to the game is if you're not using HDR, you cannot really compete.
You're
yes,
screwed.
you can use other guns, but you are put in a heavy disadvantage.
You're screwed.
HDR is incredible at the moment, so this might make it still be lethal, which is great, but it's gonna make it really clunky. And I personally don't.
So, and I think someone had tweeted or responded to when the patch notes went out yesterday that some flinch, some like resistance, some like some sway in there, like all of that would have been good as a nerf, so that way you can still use it, but you just have to be careful, like you can't ADS the entire time.
But I know there is a huge sniper community out there. Number of different changes to the ranked ecosystem.
Oh no,
to
it was
coincide
at what,
with the
10?
556 or the, my opinion, is increase the flinch, and maybe you can increase the ADS speed just a tad, not this much. This seems like a lot. And then maybe just buff AR bullet velocity to where they can actually compete against the HDR. Right now, the problem is when it comes to the game is if you're not using HDR, you cannot really compete. Yes, you can use other guns, but you are put in a heavy disadvantage.
Yes.
HDR is incredible at the moment, so this might make it still be lethal, which is great, but it's gonna make it really clunky. And I personally don't care, but I know there is a huge sniper community out there that is gonna care. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Next is ranked play, and I know a lot of people are really excited for this. It says, with the reintroduction of our ranked seasons in the patch, we're introducing a number of different changes to the ranked ecosystem to coincide with the new map, aimed at retaining and enlarging the pacing and progression
layout?
structure,
It's so
while allowing
weird.
for the other adjustments that are needed. Here's a brief summary of the details you'll find below. 150 players. With the return of Verdansk, Battle Royale ranked play is increasing its player count to 150 players, which of course means 50 teams in the match. I like this. New SR values. Okay, this is where things start to get interesting. To maintain the overall pacing and progression of the ranked ecosystem, we've tuned the SR values to better reflect the larger map. Season 3 changes to gameplay as well as general game economy. The overall outcome of this tuning is such that your progress through rank should be very similar in terms of time investment, with slightly higher difficulties and very top ends, high iridescent top to 50. We have also raised the SR cap per match for eliminations to 200 instead of 150. Okay, that is really dope. I like this. The thing that's wrong right now when it comes to just in general ranked is it becomes a whoever plays the most, and it should never be like that. It should be like, hey, you wherever you should be is where you land. However good you are, that's where it should be. And I think they did a really good job at that in like Warzone 2, surprisingly. Warzone 2 ranked play, and I think Fortune's Keep ranked play as well. But and then after that, it kind of just fell off.
It went downhill.
I really hope that they can figure that out. One thing is cheaters are absolutely horrible on rank play. In pubs, not so much. But when it comes to rank play, it is actually excessive. So honestly, this is all cool and all, but I hope they can figure it out. But let's continue. Restrictions adjustments. We're mirroring the ban on Bandolier and the Ammo Satchel and disable known perks that are counters to the goals we want to facilitate with ranked. At the same time, with Verdansk's identity revolving so heavily around vehicle usage, we have unrestricted launchers so that they can be used to effectively counter any vehicle dominance. Oh my god. Alertness has also been removed from the restricted perk list. As an additional call out, we have added the trophy system to the buy station to enable planning for a safer vehicle rotation. Okay, it's not bad.
Okay.
At least with them adding, RPGs and stuff like that back, at least they gave people a way to, I guess, counter that with a trophy and you can buy it. In order to access this mode, players must place against the top squads in at least 20 matches.
And this
to be
was
eligible
for
to queue
the
up
last
and
time they
begin
did
climbing
rank
the ranks.
2.
This case,
They did this last time as well.
as finishing among the top 6 teams in Resurgence or the top 5 teams in Battle Royale. Battle Royale, Casual, or Bootcamp does not progress your top placements. I like that. I like that a lot. Now for restrictions, Modern Warfare weapons are all restricted. Black Ops 6 weapons, blade launchers restricted. For the attachments, all thermal optics. Underbarrels, the drill charge, high explosive, and standard launcher. For the barrels, the CHF barrel, which does give you more headshot damage. The fire mods is rapid fire, dragon's breath, and the Goblin MK762 mini rocket conversion. Now for other restrictions, Bird's Eye will be restricted, Specialists will be restricted, wild cards are Bandolier, loot items Ammo Satchel, vehicles are the cargo truck, contracts are the big game bounty, and miscellaneous are
I mean, it's well-rounded. It's well-rounded.
Is not eligible. Wow. Train recon contract, proximity chat, text to chat, emotes, high value loot zones, gulag rocks, and live pings. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy about the shooting during free fall. I think it's good for pubs, and I think it's great when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but for ranked
when it comes to like, the most competitive gameplay possible, I do think that people should not be shot out of the sky because you want people to be able to pull to their set stations wherever they want to land on and stuff. So, okay, I like that. Okay, so it says other gameplay adjustments are the starting circle is more centered, enabling more play space on the drop, but extreme circle ends can still occur. And we know that that's going to happen. We know the way they like it. They're going to have circles that end on top of mountains. It's GG's. The trophy system is added to the buy station inventory to enable a more protected vehicle rotations. We saw that earlier. And then for the SRs, the starting rank is bronze, silver is 900 SR, gold 2100, platinum 3600, diamond 5400 SR, crimson 7500, and iridescent 10,000 plus. It's the same as always. And for those that didn't know, your rank will go back to 0, pretty much bronze. Everybody will start at bronze starting tomorrow. So if you place top 30, you get 10 SR. If you place top 20, you get 20 SR. If you place top 15, you get 30. Top 10, 50. Top 5,
it's just
60,
standard, right? It's just standardized rank stuff.
Then from there, you get a certain amount of SR for kills depending on where you place. So top 40 is 4 SR, top 30 is 5 SR, top 20 is 6, top 15 is 8, top 10 is 9 SR, top 10 is 10 SR, and then first place 12 SR. They said, in addition to the above, eliminations factor
I think we got the SR stuff, right?
And save this
like,
if you
we
are
understand
going to
all this.
And you're the number
this
one
is...
well, You can screenshot this and save this if you are going to be grinding ranked. Now, what exactly do you get for
This
being, one of the best players in the world?
doesn't look good,
Well,
in my opinion.
you get an emblem and a spray. I'm not too sure what's going on here, and
you supposed to get an
I don't know what they were
operator as
thinking.
well?
I get that it's a half season, but even then, some type of camo, even if it was horrible, would have been better than this. This is kind of crazy. If you grind and you're the #1 player, all you get is an emblem that says #1 250 that you can't even really like see. I don't know. This is kind of this all over social media has been going crazy. People are pissed. I do feel like this is a slap in the face.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna even be grinding ranked this season. But even then, I was kind of on the fence, and this kind of solidified my reason to not grind it. I like rewards. I want to be able to get rewarded for grinding top 250 again. And like I don't know, seeing this.
It doesn't make you want to
we had an
grind.
Operator or some type.
It doesn't
of
make you
camo,
want
I
to
think it'd be
play.
worth it. But now, yeah, this is kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. Now for vehicles, they added a new vehicle, which is the Triumph TF.
Oh, the dirt bike.
It adjusted the weight class from medium light to light. This is just how explosive.
Heli's been adjusted. Scavenger bags, scavenger audio, headshot kill indicator, thermite. I mean, it's kind of just basic all around. So is this update the update con needed?
$65 that they went on.
Right
Honestly,
now,
these are a bunch of minor
mid-season.
ones, and I hope that with the introduction to this update tomorrow, there's not a lot of other bugs introduced.
And
So
obviously,
let
if
me
you're
know what
seeing
you
this
guys
today,
think.
then it's
Are you
already
guys
been out.
enjoying Verdansk,
So
or do you guys not like it? And if you guys are enjoying it, how do you think Call of Duty should continue to keep their players continuing to play their game?
they need to focus on. I know probably just
Verdansk
yeah.
first. Verdansk.
It.
Verdansk first.
What was I gonna say? They're focusing a whole lot on Verdansk, which is fine, but they kind of left Rebirth out. So now Rebirth doesn't get any love. So now what do, right? Like I said it in a different thing. I think I said it the other day that they should be able to just split it, have 2 different teams work on it. But at the end of the day, it's not up to me. So we'll see if the update's good. Let me know your thoughts if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys later.